Good afternoon. And today we have an honor of interviewing CEO and editor-in-chief of Dental Entrepreneur magazine and Dental Woman Entrepreneur magazine, Miss Anne Duffy. Good afternoon, Anna.
Hello, Maria. It's such a pleasure and honor to be with you today. Thanks for having me.
And thank you very much to our audience. Usually I talk about people who have trouble sleeping or sleep next to the snoring partner. But today is going to be very different light. We're going to talk about business in dentistry, and how to have your ideas implemented. It's actually, from the source. So today's interview not going to be for patients who have trouble sleeping or sleep next to the snoring partner, even though we're very thankful if you listen to us. But today is going to be for medical professionals who trying so hard to market their knowledge, because we all have to be known to be able to help people, and trying to create a strong network, trying to get published, trying to write the book. It's all very important. It's actually all those steps, they're not so much for fame, they actually helping patients to feel better. So at least in my view, that's how the world turn around. And first of all, I want to introduce our valuable guest. Usually I start with a story. I heard about this magazine from many sources, but I have to say thank you to Miss Lauren Getz, who was a guest on our podcast. She specifically expressed wonderful feelings of being interviewed by Annie, and I said, okay, I really want to bring that guest on my podcast. And I attend a wonderful event. It's called Dew Coffee, but it actually was a networking, virtual networking event when dental professionals from different, paths of dental world come together and share, problems and find a solution together, because it's so important to bounce idea off each other. This way we can find most ergonomic solution to the problem. So that was a wonderful experience, and I absolutely enjoy reading blogs and articles of this magazine, and we're going to put information about retreats and all the events what Annie and her team organize so professionally and make everybody feel so welcome. And now I want to give Annie's bio. Just like I mentioned before, Annie started her dental journey long time ago. She looked very young, but she has a lot of experience as a dental hygienist. And, she actually saw the dental world from inside. And, she worked in different parts of the country, as I understand. And then finally, she resides in Charlotte, North Carolina, right? And start, doing networking dental company, start working on building foundation of, of the entity she has right now. And then she start a new magazine, or she met a gentleman and start new magazine, Dental Entrepreneur, with him. And it was actually in 98. And then after that, she, I guess, by 2001, right? You have sole ownership of that magazine, and then you start Dental Woman Entrepreneur, like another magazine specifically on entity of women, which is, a lot of women are in this field, and sometimes they don't feel exactly appreciated, or maybe what they can go full forces for that say. So you address all these issues with your publications, which I think very important. And based on publications, just like I mentioned, you have a retreat and you have support, which we'll find out more details. Now, my first question to you would be, what was your inspiration to actually start the community, all this publication and all of that community specifically towards women dental entrepreneurs?
Well, I love this question, Maria, because it was by accident. I will tell you that. I called my friend on a Thursday afternoon. She was a dear friend and was bullied in her review. I had known her for years through the other publication. And I was like, that's insane. I am going to start something. I'm going to just start another magazine to highlight the amazing women in dentistry, because I knew so many women in different career paths in dentistry. They're smart, they're loving, they're caring, they love beauty, and they're good at dentistry. And so I was like, that's insane that we don't feel that we, if you will, don't get our due and don't feel that we get our due. And so that night, I had Dental Entrepreneur, and at the time it was Business Beyond the Classroom. And I said to my husband on the back porch, I said, well, I'll just call it Dental Entrepreneur Woman. I've already got Dental Entrepreneur. It'll be a sister publication. My only goal, Maria, was to start another magazine to highlight women in dentistry. Very, very quickly, it turned into, we're inspiring women, we're empowering women, and women need a community. So we opened the doors, basically, just opened the doors. About a year in, I just said, okay, we're going to start a membership. And so that has just grown organically. We've opened the door. Everybody is welcome. If you're a woman and you happen to be in dentistry, you are welcome to sit at our table. And you may not stay all the way through to dessert, but you are certainly welcome to sit with us, and we will help you grow, because women love community. They love relationships, and they love helping each other. And as you know, it was well needed in our industry and in every industry. Female communities are what drive so much of our economy, our families, everything. So yeah, here we are.
No, I think it's so beautiful. And, I like in the present time what role of women actually highlighted, because we juggle a lot of, we're wearing a lot of hats. We're juggling a lot of tricks in the same time as being a mom, as, we have to be professionals. We have to be caring partner. So it's a lot of things. What it might feel like kind of isolated. What you just constantly busy. You don't have time to create the bonds what actually generate the energy inside. That, I think, your community help with that. I want to talk a little bit more about the communities. What supports and resources you provide to your members? Because I hope in my audience, we will have a lot of people who would like to join the community to be specifically supported in the entrepreneurial journey.
Well, we have 10 principles, and they're very near and dear to us. So they're basically there's no scarcity mentality, and we're all in this together. So we offer the idea that we will take your hand, we will hold on to it, we will lift you up, and then you're going to push us up. So I mean, it's just all on the ladder. It doesn't matter where you are. You're going to find your mentors and your mentees. And as you know, it doesn't matter what the age is. I've been a mentor to many, but I have certainly been mentored by young women joining the community, young women like you, in different career paths. So I think that's a big part of it. And we just, again, the principles are, honor people in their absence, no judging, or no gossiping, honor people in their absence, give people the benefit of their doubt, all of those things. And also we say the answer in the ladies' room. So we've found through this community that there's always an answer. When you bring two or more women together, you're going to find an answer to a solution, or you're going to find that pat on the back that you're needing, or that encouragement to keep going. We do need each other. And it's just that common thread of dentistry brings us together even closer. I think
it's beautiful. It's one of the things what I really enjoy in my practical hat, building the team, or being close with my team, to have that unity. But you're not alone. We're all going through, very stressful, or sometimes sad, or sometimes, even, embarrassing or tragic moments, and to feel somebody's shoulder next to you, to feel understanding. Yes, I know a lot of, family can provide that, but they're not there to know how exactly stressful it is. So feeling that from somebody who really been there, that's another view, another color in life. So
Yeah,
I really
it's nice to have somebody that's in the trenches with you. I mean, 'cause we laugh about that. I'll talk to my husband after a long day, and he doesn't really get it like I'll call it do. We always say, if you're having one of those days, or you have you're like stuck, call a do, because she is going to understand exactly what you need. And if she doesn't, she's going to know somebody that does have what you need. And that's, again, what we give the community. And you were asking about that. We have the coffees. We do virtual coffees twice a week, and then once a month in the evening for those that are working full time and can't get away. And we never know. We'll have 30 women on the coffee, and it's just it opened up for discussion. It's open for discussion. And then we have some other more structured meetings, like we call it the learning crew, where we'll have speakers come in and we will learn about things. And a lot of it's very rarely clinical. It's mostly personal development and growth is as a leader and as a woman in this world. Those are the things that we like to talk about, because I'll leave the clinical stuff to you and those that are experts in expert status in that arena.
No, but I think it's wonderful, because even it's interesting, like on the last coffee, I want to bring something practical. It was one of the new person who had a very difficult experience while she was lecturing in a dental school. She was trying to do something good for her audience, but for some reason, audience was deaf at that moment. And I like to listen to practical advice from other members. And it was fascinating and really memorable what you can use the ball and just throw. Get something so simple outside of the box, thinking probably if she would bring the ball and just play the volleyball during the lecture, it would be more connection with the audience. Like that was from your due coffee, which I find useful advice.
And the other thing about that coffee, I know the one you're talking about, it's interesting when you do that and you're alone and not in that kind of a community, you think you're the only one that's ever spoken in front of a group of students, and they didn't listen to you. And we found out in that morning that, that's just a normal thing that happens, and this is how we fix it. Yeah, that was pretty amazing. And everyone brings something. There's always a takeaway from that. So I'm thankful that you could be on that and listen, and you're just getting started. So
yes. No, that was a great help. But another thing, what it's a lot for development or to have ideas implemented, is to write for your magazine. As an editor, please tell me, what are you looking for in the people who would like to write? It's two different magazines. For Dental Entrepreneur magazine, a little bit more general, and for specific, Dental Entrepreneur Women magazine. So give us, as an editor, what are you looking for? Because a lot of people would like to have their idea heard. So as an editor, what are you looking for?
Well, let's start with Dental Entrepreneur. We rebranded about 3 years ago to Dental Entrepreneur, the future of dentistry, because I was actually getting a little bored with business beyond the classroom. You can Google a lot of that, and it's very simple information that we were giving over and over again. The future of dentistry broadens it. So, if you're an innovator, if you're an inventor, if you are an owner, if you are forward-thinking, futuristic, we want to hear your ideas, because ideas spurn ideas. And again, what I like to do with either magazine is get on a Zoom call with somebody, like schedule that, talk about what you're an expert at. Because what I like for our publications is for you to write about what you know and what you want to say. I don't necessarily want you to give me a topic, or I give you a topic and then you go research it and then you come back with this article. I want you to write about what you know, your story, how you found your, whatever it is. It's not my story. It's not my story to tell, it's yours. So you provide that for me. And then we have a copy editor that does the final edits. And usually it's about 1,200 words. But I like to have that conversation first. And I've noticed that when we do have it, usually the story is almost verbatim what we talked about on the Zoom call. And then Dental Entrepreneur is a little different, because Dental Entrepreneur Woman, that is a membership benefit. So we have a membership in place. And as a member, you can write whenever you want. And if you love to write, then write a blog for us whenever it strikes you to write. I say, have a hot cup of tea and put the pen to paper, and just write from your heart. And that's anything over 300 words. That goes in all of our social media, on our LinkedIn, in our newsletter. It gives you expert status. So if you're looking for that, if you want to be a speaker, if you want to get the expert status, you have to be published. And so I am that person that will publish your story, that you don't have to have a lot of footnotes. We just want to introduce you to the world, to our community, which, we love the men too, by the way, Maria. We call them dudes, DEWDS. They're men that support women in dentistry. So men and women can write for Dental Entrepreneur, the future of dentistry. And we only have women write for Dental Entrepreneur Woman, because that's just how we started. And, it's okay for us to have our own publication, because a lot of it is personal, and it's really geared toward the life and the mind of women.
I also want to ask you about this wonderful retreat, what you do every year, right? Every year for your community. And we're going to put information underneath your interview. Can you please share what exactly is that? What people who join your retreat would benefit from? Who they're going to meet? What exactly?
Well, thanks for asking. We are so excited. Our 6th annual retreat, we've sold out every year. And this year we are opening up 220 seats for women to come in from all over. We've had women from England and Canada and of course, all over the United States. And what you're going to get out of it is more of a personal development and a business. Well, we do have some business as well. We started out with just personal development and leadership, but we've actually now having some business in there. And we're going to have at this retreat, we're going to do some speed dating. So you're going to know everybody. You're going to make sure that you've at least had eye contact with all 220 women. And then throughout the retreat, our goal is for you to continue those conversations and continue the retreat into the next day, which I like to say the day after the retreat's the first day of the rest of your life, that you will continue these relationships and you will carry them through until the next year. So, because it's just so valuable. I wouldn't know you if it wasn't for Do, Maria.
Exactly.
And all these women that are coming in now, I mean, it's just so yummy that they come and they're just looking for a place to be safe. And it's a vault. It is again, there's no judging, and it is everybody be themselves, and it's going to be amazing. We've got great speaker lineup and lots of great activities for fun. A dress up night. We all get all dressed, gussied up in our cocktail attire, and go over to Dentist Run for a fashion show. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
No, I think it's wonderful. It's a kind of restart the engine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would put it this way. And please tell me your future plans for your community and for your magazine.
Well, I think I'm just going to continue to do what I'm doing. I found out that I'm pretty good at it, so there's no stopping right now. Just to grow the community, I think that's the key. Is the more women that know they're not alone out there, and that there is a community that there to lift them up, to help them through the tough times and celebrate the good times. And then the Dental Entrepreneur, again, giving people that are unknown out there, that have a message, have a vision, have a story, have something to say. I want to be the editor and publisher that gets it out there. And that's how we've been for the last 20 some odd years. And it's a joy for me to publish somebody new, and to give them a little leg up. As far as their expert status, they can frame their article and put it in their office, or they can set it all over the place.
No, I think it's very generous and very helpful for people, especially now when it's so much noise and you want to cut through the noise and be known, be visible. Thank you very much for doing all of that. I really appreciate it, and I hope my audience would join your community, and I hope your community can publish something for my community, and that would be cross-pollination, just gonna make the world a better place.
I love it. Let's do cross-pollination. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me today, Maria. It's